Hello there. Welcome to today's video. You might be wondering what's going on. Let me tell you something, honey. I've spent the last 4 weeks digging through Netflix.
I've had some highs.
I've had some lows. I've had some naps. And I've come to the conclusion I can't do this shit no more. Hi guys, what's poppin'? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Ehis. If you haven't seen my face before, hi, Ehis is the name. In today's video, you can read by the title. Today we'll be talking about the worst shows Netflix has given me, I've encountered. You can obviously comment worse. I could be wrong, I could be right, but I think I'm right. Now, don't get me wrong, Netflix, still there, bitch. Others have come, others have gone. Netflix is still here. For a reason. I've not made any notes, I've literally just written down the shows, and whatever comes to heart will be said. In edit, I'll take out all the problematic stuff because I'm not ready to be cancelled yet. In 5th position, we have Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Now, it's not that this show is bad, it's just very chaotic. As someone whose life is already pretty chaotic, that show is too much. The fact that there is no coherent storyline from the pilot to the season finale scares me. Out of all the cities you're meant to get accustomed to everyday life to, they take you from a cult and place you in the middle of New York City. Right. It can't get worse. I can't make this shit up. I can't. The one thing I can tell you is that Titus carried that show. You might not know who he is, but you've definitely used this meme. If you haven't used it, you've seen it. Would I recommend it to someone? No. Would I say it would be a lot of people's guilty pleasure show? That they'll watch it, they'll know it's bad, however they'll enjoy it being bad? Yes. In 4th position, we probably have the worst hero, and it's just a shame that he happens to be black. Yes, I said it. Black Lightning is a show we don't need. If it was written in the name of, representation, we had T'Challa, Black Panther, Okoye, Killmonger. We also have, the new Captain America. Now, the one thing I have to say to Black Lightning is just because your actors are good looking does not mean your show will now be good. I will let that sink in. I'll give you a minute. One more time for those that didn't hear me at the back. Just because your actors are attractive, have a certain level of sex appeal, are good looking to a certain extent, does not mean your show will be good. All of a sudden his daughters have superpowers. I don't care if that's a spoiler alert. It's bad. You shouldn't care. And then the mom is doing this whole, your dad's powers are the worst thing because I'm always worrying about him. I don't want you to be a superhero. Sometimes I don't want to be critical of black things as a black person, and obviously with mainstream media and the entertainment industry not having the biggest level of representation, but then sometimes I think no, if it's bad, it's bad. Just because it's black does not mean it has to be good, and Black Lightning is the perfect example to use. I hate that show. When I saw season 1, I thought, oh, you know what, we're gonna support black businesses. Now I'm very much like this. I shouldn't have. And then season 2 came and then shit just got whack. Top 3, who takes 3rd, you might ask? I will tell you now. Boy, oh boy, Tall Girl. I read a few things, I saw a few things on Twitter about Tall Girl being a very bad movie. Then I watched it with my siblings and we can agree it is probably one of the worst movies I've seen, and I've seen some bad movies. I feel sick. I want to die. The opening scene is basically about a girl who's 6'1", introducing herself to the camera and basically says, you think being in high school is hard? Well, imagine what it's like to be 6'1" with size 13 men's Nikes. There's people dying, sis. There's people that are disabled. There's people that are black. There's worse in life. Now, I'm not here to, negate anyone's experience. If you, really struggled in life being a 6'1" girl, well, sorry for your height, if that's what you want to hear. Tall Girl is horrid. A tall guy that came to the school, they had a little thing that didn't work out. She fell in love with her best friend. The white protagonist that's, quirky girl that doesn't fit in and eats lunch on her own, that then has the racially ambiguous friend who gives her the sassy pep talk that she needs. Girl, I need you to believe in yourself because if you don't believe in yourself, I need you to know that I do. I'm not doing this with you guys, not today and not tomorrow, and definitely not next week. If you drink alcohol, drink alcohol. I'm not promoting drinking on my channel, don't do that. But if you do drink and you're of the age to drink, because if you're not, the police is knocking at your door. I want you to take a shot at every single cringe-worthy moment. And I promise you this now, I'm telling you this for free. 25 minutes into the movie and you're gonna be drunk. She has, you know, the perfect sister that's a beauty pageant queen, and she's 5'2", and what's her only flaw? She inherited granddad's allergies. Y'all, I'm not doing this. Now, top 2, we've gotten to that part. Before we find out who our top 2 are, I think it's only just we have some honorable mentions. Meet the Banjos. This was a show that I watched when I was younger, and I thought this was absolutely hilarious. But then again, I was dumb. They kind of put it back on Netflix, and I really realized that they played this whole surface level gimmick of being West African, in particular Nigerian. Then we have, in our honorable mentions, a Tiger King, Carol Baskin. Killed her husband, whacked him. I'm not saying anything. Carol did it. That's the end. Furthermore, we have Jane the Virgin. Jane the Virgin slapped, but then certain things happened and certain people needed to be cancelled. I'm not gonna say and pretend like I didn't enjoy it. Raising Dion. Never in my 21 years of existence have I wanted to slap a child so hard. So hard. Top 2. We're about to go in on a rant here, and a lot of people know that I'm already very particular, very critical of a certain genre of TV that has popularized itself since 2018. Black as Fuck or BlackAF, I don't know which one it is. This is a show that's quite new, and I saw a few tweets here and there about how it's confusing, there's no real narrative, people don't understand it, and I watched it and I exactly understood what was going on, and I'll tell you what was going on. So for those that don't know, Kenya Barris is the either executive director or producer, I don't know, but he also stars in Black as Fuck. He's also the director of Grownish, Blackish, and Mixedish. Do you see a trend here? Because I sure do. So for those that haven't watched the other 3, don't. For some of us that were idiots, me, when we saw the promo, we thought, oh, this is gonna be like, you know, a Fresh Prince, Everybody Hates Chris, but like with a modern twist. TV for black people, by black people? No. What is it, you might ask? It is a hot mess. Firstly, there's no one on that show that is darker than a burger bun. Now you might ask, why do I make that exact statement? Let me explain. When you want to do something surrounding blackness or what it's like existing as a black person, the first thing you ought to do is representation within the black spectrum. I'm black. In case you didn't know, there's people lighter than me and there's people darker than me. The people on those shows, Mixedish, Blackish, Grownish, now BlackAF, and all these other issues that are obviously becoming a thing. The entry requirement just has to be, you have to look like you're black mixed with something else, because that's all we tend to see on our screen. You say black, 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 but everything is really biracial or racially ambiguous. There was a lot of backlash about this. We now get BlackAF, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe here, you know, he's gonna like address all these things creatively and, you know, really tackle them. Why is the darkest person on that show still much lighter than me? And don't get deceived, I am currently sat here with 2, not 1, 2 lights on. Then secondly, the issues they're dealing with are very much issues a lot of black people can't relate to. Why? Because they're a middle class, wealthy black family living in West Hollywood. The fact that you're now forcing relatability when we can't relate is the problem. Was I going to have a problem with the show regardless because I have a problem behind the brains behind the show? Of course. So yes, there is a certain level of bias in this statement. So what? The show is bad. It's meant to be like this girl's school project to go into film school, and she just decides to make it a short film or a documentary about her family. Her dad basically hires like state-of-the-art video equipment, camera crew to follow them around. They go to holiday in Hawaii. The girl brings her boyfriend, and I'm just thinking, my black and your black is different. That's the best way to put it. Some statements I read were basically saying that, you know, it's a show about black people but for a white audience. I don't necessarily think I agree. I think it's a show about black people for a dumb audience, whatever you want to call it. Another disaster, basically just Blackish but on less crack. Then we have the worst thing that Netflix has to offer, Glee. McKinley High, Sue Sylvester, Mr Schuster, Rachel Berry. There's just so many layers to unpack here. And I'd like to make one statement first. Glee slapped when I was 12, when I was 13. When it was on TV, Glee was good. When it got added to Netflix, I think I was what? 19 going on 20, I decided to rewatch everything. I realized that I watched season 1 to 3 on TV. I didn't know how bad things were going. 1, Rachel Berry is a very toxic and problematic soul. The show kind of glorified it. I think they tried to push the narrative of, you know, Sharpay Evans, ambitious, very much into their theatre, and they know what they want to do, they know what they want to become. However, even though Sharpay had no interpersonal skills, there was still a certain level of likability to her. I saw Sharpay and I was just like, you know what, I see why people dislike you, however, I'm still rooting for you. We wanted to see her win. However, you can't tell me you didn't watch Glee and you were praying for Rachel's downfall. This girl betrayed anybody and everybody in the name of a solo. Now, the musician in me is also very much like, know what songs suit you. Rachel's voice should not be doing Beyonce. She can keep the Barbara Streisand, she can keep the big numbers from, like, you know, Memories by Cats. Do those tunes. No one wanted to tell her. There were just so many messed up moments. As much as everyone, you know, wants to really glorify Santana's sass, it's all fun and games, but Santana was a bully. And I'm very sure that if she said a few things she said to people, to you, you would have cried. You would have gone home in tears. Then obviously there's the creme de la creme of the show, Will Schuster, who deserves to be in jail. You're teaching Spanish with basically no knowledge of Spanish culture, Spanish language. You're teaching fundamental vocab. His involvement into the personal life of students is very scary. I've had some teachers that I was close in quotation marks. You're my teacher, I'm a student. Even though I want to tell you things, there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, and Will Schuster crosses that line. The fact that his only friends on that show were what? Finn? Glee belongs in a bin. The whole idea of Glee Club was the fact that we followed the new directions, we followed their journey. Go to regionals, lose regionals, wait for the following year, go to regionals, win regionals due to like one technicality or another, then go to sectionals, then go to nationals, win nationals, come back home. That is the storyline we went for, and that's how things build themselves. I don't care about you moving to New York, because at the end of the day, the show was about the Glee Club itself, not the characters' lives. And I think there was a certain part of the show, I don't know why I'm rubbing my hands, weird. I realized there was a shift from us focusing on the Glee Club and we're now following individuals' lives. I don't care about Rachel's dance lesson and the fact that her dance teacher hates her. I do too. So, quick recap again. 5th, we have Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. 4th, we have 3rd, we have Tall Girl, whose only problem was being a tall girl, didn't see any other privilege that she had in life. 2nd, BlackAF, the horrible disaster of Kenya Burris's TV, God forgive us all. And then obviously Glee. That's a solid number. I mean, if you know you don't like hearing instructions and you were that kid that when your parents told you not to do something, you chose to do them, I'm guessing you'll probably start one of these shows within the next week. But just remember, there'll be multiple moments where you'll remember, oh, he said this was bad, and I will now appear in your mind like this. I told you so. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed it. My camera battery is starting to flash. Subscribe if you like what you see. Check out some more videos while you're here. I will see you next time. I'm not going to end this video here. I am tired. I'm going to now stop talking and I'm just going to crawl away because I feel like I don't know how to really end this video. So I will see you next time. Bye.